Welcome to Terri HR Podcast. Today, I will share a story, The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. This is Section 1, A Christmas Without Money. It's a touching tale about love and sacrifice, where a young couple gives up their most prized possessions to buy each other the perfect Christmas gift. Let's start and enjoy Storytime with Terri. Della counted her savings for the 100th time, $1.87. That was all she had. The next day was Christmas, and she had no proper gift for her husband, Jim. The apartment they lived in was small, their furniture was worn, and their income was barely enough to get by. Yet, they had each other, and their love was strong. Jim had one prized possession, a gold pocket watch that had been in his family for generations. Della adored her long, cascading brown hair, which Jim often admired. But love is not just about admiration, it is about giving. Della wanted to give Jim something meaningful, something worthy of the love they shared. After pacing the tiny apartment, she made up her mind. With her coat wrapped tightly around her, she hurried out into the cold, determined to find a way to buy Jim the perfect gift. This section sets the stage for an emotional story of love and sacrifice. It reminds us that true love often comes with difficult choices. What will Della do to show her love? Let's find out in the next section. Section 2, A Gift Worth the Sacrifice. Della stopped in front of a shop with a sign that read, "Hair goods of all kinds." She took a deep breath, entered, and asked the shopkeeper, "Will you buy my hair?" Moments later, her long locks lay on the counter, and she walked out with $20 in her hand and a much lighter head. With newfound excitement, she searched for the perfect gift and found it, a platinum chain for Jim's watch. It was elegant and simple, just like him. She hurried home, eager to see his reaction. But as she caught a glimpse of herself in the mirror, doubt crept in. Would Jim still find her beautiful? When Jim arrived, his expression froze. His eyes fixated on her short hair. And for a moment, Della feared he was disappointed. But then he smiled and handed her a small package. She unwrapped it to find the very hair combs she had long admired in a shop window. Beautiful combs, now useless without her long hair. With tears in her eyes, she gave Jim his gift. He chuckled, revealing that he had sold his watch to buy the combs. They stared at each other, laughing and crying at the irony of their situation. This section highlights the depth of their love. Both gave up their most treasured possessions for each other, only to realize that material gifts were not what truly mattered. Love, after all, was their greatest treasure. What does this irony teach us about love and sacrifice? Let's explore in the final section. Section 3, The True Gift. Sitting together, Della and Jim realized that their gifts were, in a practical sense, useless. Yet, they had never been more valuable. They had given not just objects, but their devotion, their willingness to sacrifice for each other's happiness. Oh, Henry ends the story by comparing them to the Magi, the wise men who brought gifts to Jesus. The Magi's gifts were valuable, but the real meaning lay in the love and reverence behind them. Likewise, Della and Jim's gifts were not about the items themselves, but the deep love they represented. Christmas is often associated with presents, but this story reminds us that love, kindness, and selflessness are the greatest gifts of all. Even in poverty, Della and Jim were richer than most, because they understood the true essence of giving. Love isn't measured by the price of a gift, but by the thought and sacrifice behind it. This timeless story teaches us that the purest form of love comes from the heart. In a world obsessed with materialism, the gift of the Magi remains a touching reminder that the greatest treasures in life are not things, but the people we cherish. The end the story. Thank you for listening.